One of my favorite episodes of The Simpsons is when Homer meets his brother, who's like the exec at Ford, and his brother is like, Homer, you get to design your dream car. And Homer makes this ugly monstrosity that no one would ever buy, but Homer loves it. That's what custom bicycles are. I'm John Watson. I run a website called the Radavist, and today we're going to be doing a beautiful builds video on my custom Firefly all-road bike. So some of you out there are going to laugh at this, but imagine the time before gravel bikes. And I'm talking like 2014, not even that long ago. But just imagine not having a gravel bike. You got your road bike and your cyclocross bike, and they both do their things really well because for the past 30 years, we've been developing these two bikes to do their things really well. And then suddenly people are like, oh, we have to have gravel bikes. So then you got to go back to square one and start redesigning from the ground up again. I was one of these people that was riding cyclocross bikes on single track and fire roads, and then also riding my road bike on some fire road stuff and pavement. But I really wanted a road bike with big fat tires that were on my cross bike, that would ride like a road bike, look like a road bike. And so I went and rang the bell over at Firefly and said, hey guys, do you feel like doing this? And they kind of like maybe did some chin scratching, kind of looked at me a little bit. I think so. I think we can do it. So this was before the industry had adopted any standards. There was, no flat mount brakes. Through axles were still 15 mil. Just like a number of things as the industry was trying to cope with how to market gravel bikes to people. And I sent Firefly a road geometry that I really liked and some notes on frame clearance for tires, cable routing, all those details. And this is what we came up with. So this has a 2x road setup with a hydro brake set. What I did a little differently was I chose White Industry cranks. These are the 30 mil bottom bracket cranks that White Industry makes, and you can use their chainring system to go from like a really big outer chainring for mashing on the road to down into a smaller chainring for when you hit those like steep punchy climbs that everyone hates. And the rival derailleur will shift between the two. It's not as instantaneous as like an Axis kit or a Di2 kit. You kind of have to be intentional when you're shifting, but it works, and that's great because you got a 32 cassette in the back, and I think that's a 32 tooth chainring. 1-to-1 on a road bike's not bad. Anything steeper, I don't know, you might just want to get a mountain bike. So there are a few different schools and approaches to frame building. There are some people, and I'm not trying to throw shade at all, there are some people that will order a bunch of frame parts from Paragon and some tubing, and they'll make a bike, a road bike, a gravel bike, real simple, put a paint job on it, kick it out. There's definitely a place for that in the frame building world. And then there's also a place for like the frame builders that break out the CNC, the 3D printing system, the laser etcher, and they'll start making all these like components in-house. Firefly is one of those companies. So they make a titanium seat binder bolt. They've made this stem, this titanium seat post, which has an NV clamp system. And then all these little dropouts are all done in-house, and the 3D printed chainstay yoke is also done in-house. And if I asked them to make me a steel fork for this, they could do that in-house. So this is like about as custom as you could get. One of my favorite details is Jordan Lowe actually painted this pump to match, down to painting silver on the pump head to make it look like it was part of the bike.